Hello and welcome. I am the MLP Reviewer 66, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of the episodes of the show, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. In fact, this is my first review, and since this is my first review of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I decided to do one of my personal favorites, which is Episode 4 of Season 2, otherwise known as Lunar Eclipse. Now, Lunar Eclipse is one of my favorite of the episodes that came out in Season 2 because of the fact that, well, it's Halloween themed, and I love Halloween themed cartoons. I've always loved them ever since I was little. Now, the thing I should mention about the Halloween theme, some people can do it well, and others not so well. For instance, I love the Ed, Edd and Eddy Halloween things, but then anyone remembers the Recess episodes of the holiday, they weren't quite as good, if anyone knows what one of those cartoons are. But this particular show pulled off the Halloween theme perfectly. Like, perfectly. Okay, so what is this particular episode about? Well, the great Luna herself has an entire holiday dedicated to her. The only problem is, unlike Celestia, where every day is dedicated to her, everyone loves Celestia, Luna is more feared than loved at this part of the series. And most of the ponies still see her as the evil Nightmare Moon. Which, considering the fact that she didn't even, apparently no one even knew she existed until it was brought up during her takeover. How was that possible that they had an entire holiday built around her? These are plot holes, but we'll let it slide for now. So, I'm just saying that this particular Halloween episode reminded me a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas. And hear me out. The entire episode is basically Luna trying to fit in with all the other ponies. And trying to basically make herself seem nicer, seem less threatening to people. She even goes so far as to try to get Fluttershy's help. And of course, her efforts get bogged down all along by the master troll herself, Pinkie Pie. Yeah, Pinkie Pie was a bit of a troll in this episode. Sorry, Pinkie Pie fans, I like her myself, but you gotta admit, in this episode, she was a bit of a troll. And so, but I did like the whole excuse of why she was doing all the stuff she did. That was pretty funny. But what I will say about this particular episode of why I think it reminds me of A Nightmare Before Christmas is because Luna, at the end of the story, figures out, just like Jack did at the end of Nightmare Before Christmas, that it's okay to be scary. It's okay to be different. And it's okay that if you're a little bit stranger than other people, I suppose you could say. And since it was Halloween, Luna realized, hey, it's a holiday. It's a holiday for myself. Instead of shunning all the ponies that celebrate me in fear, perhaps I should embrace it, just like Jack did. He realized that scaring people was one of his talents, and he embraced it. Just as Luna realized scaring people, as she is the master or the princess of the night, she has that sort of mysticism about her where she is kind of scary to certain people, or to certain ponies, I suppose you could say, because she's the essence of darkness itself. Of course she's going to be a little bit scary. And so she embraced that part about herself instead of putting it away like she tried to do as there. And she realized it was only one night a year, so what's the harm? Especially if it brought her closer to her followers. Now, at the end of the day, this was a great episode. Oh, and the thing with Fluttershy and how that I won't go into too much detail, but basically it was like Fluttershy ran into the door because Twilight just shut it on her. That was the funniest moment in this entire episode. Actually, there was a lot of funny moments in this episode where I was just laughing, and where Rainbow got her just desserts, I suppose you could say, at the end. There was like just a ton of jokes that I was laughing at throughout this episode. It was very, very, I suppose you could say, good, especially for a Halloween-themed episode, where it is easy to go either very, very hard to the good category or very, very hard to the left, or to the bad category. Because of the fact that with a Halloween-themed episode, you can pretty much go either way. And you can do that with any episode, obviously. But Halloween episodes are very hard to get, I suppose you could say, right sometimes. At the end of the day, I do think that this episode was very good, and I give it a 3 stars out of 5. I am the MLP reviewer 66. Thank you and good night.